you recently attended the Connectors Club. I know we've had conversations between me and you, but we wanted to know what were your impressions of the event and what do you think of that specific event?
Yeah, first of all, let me start by thanking you, Musa and Monty, for inviting me into your session of the podcast. I've watched a couple of episodes and I'm impressed with what you're doing, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And it did not surprise me because when I attended the event at Julius Nyerere Conference Center, and also at the dinner at Hyatt, I saw the level of the conversations and the enthusiasm the youth have, and it was so refreshing for us in corporate to see that Tanzania has these youth who are driven to find a solution. So when I was walking into Julius Nyerere, my mind was expecting to find these top executives of my age and beyond. Okay. And when I entered the room, I find a groups of young people, men and women, networking. So I was like, wow, I did not know we have such enthusiasm with youth in the space of entrepreneurship in Tanzania to that extent. So my plan then, I was taken to where I was supposed to sit, and I'm looking around trying to see who to connect with. Okay. I never moved from that position because after every young CEO coming to you, the other one will be coming, the other. So I wanted to see a few people I'd seen, which I'm acquainted to, okay. But I ended up staying where I am. And I liked what I saw, first in the sense that someone will come to you, they'll just start telling you, this is my name, and this is what I do. Okay. And right there, I'm like, well, I am not in that line of business. Okay. And then someone will come and tell them, Mimi, I come from Wananchi Communication, Media and Communication space. And they'll be like, oh, so we can get visibility through you. So the conversation changes depending on, but the good thing was, I think it's the first step to shake your fears and be able to approach someone, introduce yourself and say what you do. Yes. Getting it to perfecting is something else. So with time, in the future, you'll now start targeting yourself. Who do I approach? Yes. Because they have to be relevant to what I do. So I liked the networking session, and then the master class. I was taking notes throughout the session, and I was also stress testing my thoughts. I'm soon to be a retiree. So I want to learn from the youth, what are they thinking, what are their challenges, and how can we work together. Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear how people came to your network, but my question is for myself and other people. You're a CEO of a big corporate company. When people come approach you, how should someone approach a CEO, or how should someone come network with a CEO? Because some people do come to CEOs, they say, I have this problem, can you help me out? Can you just take a picture? Yeah. And it removes them from that attention of, I'm coming here to network with you. Yeah. How, for a person like you, how should someone come connect with you? And maybe if you could tell our audience, this is how you should approach someone. Yeah. These are the techniques of how to get someone to listen to you.
Yeah, I think a couple of people, not just young people, the moment they know you are in a position, they come to you wanting you to solve their problem, want you to give them your time. And in these roles, time is very scarce commodity and a resource for that matter. So when you have an opportunity to talk to such kind of executives, be very clear on what you are looking for. First, don't go ask for someone to solve your problem.
Yes.
Maybe if you want, you have a problem, I would prefer you approach me with explaining, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm struggling with. In your experience, how did you get out of this kind of situation?
Yeah.
Then you can have a conversation, and I don't want to tell you what to do. We'll always try to ask you questions. Have you tried this? Somewhere else I knew I did this in this situation. But I've read somewhere someone did this in a similar situation like yours. Have you tried this? Mm-hmm. And so you keep pushing that ball back to their court. Yes. And if someone amejipata, they will take it as, now this is a learning process. Yeah. And if the more you continue connecting, with time, this executive might lead you to where you can now get more assistance. So just finding someone and banging them with I have a problem, solve it, that will not give you the wings to fly.
Yeah, and we always talk about this, that when you approach someone, you should know like what value do you have to offer to them first before asking like what you want, and it's very, very crucial. So Mr. Bakari, you're about to retire right now, so it means you have had enough of the media game already. So can you tell us like how did you get started and how did you become the CEO of Mwananchi Communication?
It's a long story. Started when I left college. I studied at Sokono University of Agriculture in Morogoro. I was doing Bachelor of Science in Agriculture General. And when we were in school those days, the trend was you leave college and you would go straight to employment. Okay. And for us, we are being, this was the first course introduced in Tanzania at SUA, aiming at creating farm managers. Okay. So the course entailed studies around the economy, dealing with people, extension services, getting to know the different characteristics of soil. So it was kind of a rounded course, which tend to give you bits and bits of everything around the agricultural production processes. Believing that once you are a farm manager, you have to know, if you have extension officers, what is it that they are doing. Okay. You don't become a stranger. So when I left the university, those opportunities had ceased. So left the university, we stayed for like 6 months, no job. And then one lady, Rema Magesa, was my schoolmate. And she told me, you know, when I was in the university, I used to be a minister for sports and entertainment. So every weekend I'll put out placard promoting people to go, let's go enjoy somewhere, let's go for a tour in Zumbe or whatever. So there's a way I used to write those promotion materials. And I think she saw something, the art of writing, which I did not know I possessed. So she encouraged me to go to Business Times. Business Times was a prominent business and economic weekly newspaper in Tanzania, where they were taking graduates, if studied journalism or not, but they give you on-the-job training. So I started my career as a journalist, as a trainee journalist, that way. Okay. So then, fast forward, became a reporter, a senior reporter, features editor for the Business Times. Then we started a new newspaper called the Daily Times. I became the first news editor. That was between 1998 and 2004, all that period. So in 2004 is when Nation Media Group, through Mwananchi Communications, launched the Citizen newspaper. So they are looking for a business editor, and I applied. I went to become the first business editor. And 2 years later, I was promoted to become managing editor of the Citizen. Mm-hmm. I worked as managing editor of the Citizen for 7 years. And then 2012, 2013, I was again now promoted to be the executive editor, meaning now you oversee all media operations within Mwananchi Communications. And I was thinking of retiring then, taking an early retirement, having seen that things were starting to be routine.
Okay.
But then the CEO, then Francis Nanai, resigned. So I was asked to take up the position. So it's been 4 years, and I think I've done enough. So I said, give myself a goal to reach where we've reached, and I feel that sense of fulfillment having played my role. So that's how I got into media and journalism. It was pure accident. Never thought of being
in media.
And my intention then was I'll get into media. With media, I'll get to meet people. Once I meet people, I'll go to
what you wanted to do.
What I wanted to do, the field of agriculture. You know, 27 years later, I don't regret.
My question in you've managed to go from ranking to ranking to ranking of getting promoted. How does someone get that mindset? Did you just work hard, or did you have a goal in the end of I want to keep sure that I'll get promoted? Because we see people get too comfortable with the role that they have, that I'm just a salesperson, I'll stay there forever.
Throughout my career, I've never, I've never aspired to be promoted.
Okay.
Yeah, those things have been coming automatically. I've never aspired to be promoted. But what I've tried to do all along has been whatever I get to do, I do it to the best of my ability. So yes. I know my commitment in whatever I take. If I tell you I'll do this, I'll do it, and I'll feel embarrassed if I don't deliver my promise. So that is, I think, has been what drives me to try and make a difference in whatever I'm doing.
So the message I'm getting is, whatever you're doing, whatever role you have, you shouldn't just be thinking of just getting promoted tomorrow. Just keep doing what you do best, and then the opportunities will come.
Yeah, I remember my father-in-law, Dr. Mutasa, once told me, I went for a trip in Sweden when I was still at Business Times. And when I came back, I came with this energy. And I wanted kind of change the newsroom, the team. I'm junior, they are my editors, my bosses, but I was like, they need to know this. They need to know how people are doing in other countries. So the energy I came with, I was looking at my superiors, they are looking at me, we are tapoa too. So yes, good thing they are doing, but I'm like, why are you not taking action? So I went venting to my father-in-law then. I told them, this is what I saw, and this is what I've told them, but I don't see them taking action. He gave me one piece of advice I hold today. He told me, Bakari, if you saw good things, be that change. Do them the way you saw them. And somewhere, someday, someone will come looking for a person of your qualities. And the people will be able to point to you, there's someone somewhere who match those qualities. So that is what also helped me to take it by upon myself. Yeah.
So that was exposure.
Exposure.
My question is, and I think it's very important, especially with our generation, we young people get exposed a lot.
Yeah.
We thank God we get to travel a lot, we get to see a lot of things in different countries.
Yeah.
But there's this notion in Africa, or should I say my country, that mkubwa wako huwezi kumwambia kitu. It's very hard to get this message delivered because they've seen it all and they're older than you, so they know best. But I've been to another country and I've seen this is how it works, and it will work good for us. How do you get to deliver that? Or for example, the way you did it is your father-in-law told you, be that change. But what if I become that change and I'm called an ignorant person, that I keep doing things my way and this is how you're supposed to do it? How should someone bring this change?
So you see, if I go